Do a quick little live here on a little press secretary video that I just take her. She's from today. Thought I just give my 2 cents in there. I just think she's a little propaganda. Remember the extreme vegan trans murderers that had nothing to do with Canada, but the Faulkner focus was on Canada and how it was Canada's fault that you guys had some sort of, I don't know. You guys got to go look her up. But here we are.
It's what the Prime Minister has said when it comes to fentanyl, but less than 1%, as you know, less than 1% of the fentanyl seized last year was in the northern border. What else does Canada need to do?
Well, the president did just put out a statement on his call with the governor, Justin Trudeau, as he calls.
That's respectful. I had the press secretary calling our prime minister. So belittling the people of Canada, not just the prime minister, but assuming that we want to be a part of your garbage country that will fucking, plant your flag on Gaza. You're not planting your flag in
Canada, and he said that he was not pleased, as you said. He said it's not good enough. He told Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that directly. The call ended in a somewhat friendly manner, as the president said, but he's not going to stop standing up for the American people. And to answer your question directly when it comes to fentanyl, for the last 4 years, unfortunately, our neighbors to the north and the south, Canada and Mexico, respectively, have allowed America to be a dumping ground, not just for legal.
Did you hear that? But 1%, like the question asked, it's only 1% coming from Canada. How much fentanyl is coming from America? How many comes off the docks and ports of America? We don't get to hear those stories. You know what I mean? But Canada is your enemy. Let's continue because this is a great performance.
But for illegal, poisonous, deadly fentanyl, which is now the #1 killer of young people in this country aged 18 to 34.
Well, not just your country, probably our country too, you know what I mean? It's a problem over here as well, you know what I mean?
Through the northern border in Canada, in the last fiscal year alone, there was enough fentanyl seized to kill 4.8 billion people. And that number is up 2,050% from 2023, the year before. So there's been more than a 2,000% increase.
But remember, 1% of the fentanyl is coming from Canada. The reporter asked that. You guys remember that, right? Still haven't answered that question.
Legal fentanyl seizure at the northern border. Why? Because Canada is allowing that fentanyl to come to the United States. The president sees these numbers. He thinks about the lives that are lost.
Well, how do they know this is happening? We're not relying on your intelligence agencies, are we? We know where the FBI, CIA, and DOJ stand, right? They're not very intelligent, so where are we gathering this intel from? I mean, if they can't provide fucking Epstein's clients, then they're kind of useless. You know what I mean?
Everybody in this room, I'm sure, everybody watching at home, everybody across the country knows someone in our lives who has been killed at the hands of this deadly poison. There needs to be repercussions for that. The president feels very strongly about it.
So the repercussions got to come on Canada because Canada doesn't feel the same sort of things that America does. Because you guys are the victim and the dumping ground because Canada wants you full of fentanyl. Are you like do you guys get how ridiculous this is, don't you? Like it's pretty fucking stupid, but it gets good. It gets good. Caroline here is very good.
It's just 43 pounds that were found last year. That's less than a carry-on suitcase. Is that a lot of fentanyl compared to, say, Mexico, where the vast majority of the fentanyl is brought in through Mexico, not Canada?
So he's saying with that 1%, what they've actually found coming through from Canada was like a suitcase full, as compared to what's coming through Mexico. But what's coming through America? Obviously nothing, right? You guys would never hurt your own fucking people, right? No, that could never happen. No. Canada's your enemy.
So what else does Canada need to do?
Well, I just told you, last year alone, there was a 2,000% increase in illegal fentanyl. You're asking me for what the president's justification is for these tariffs. It's not up to you. You're not the president.
See how she bends when she uses percentage? And he's like, hey, it's only this much compared to like, hey, Carolyn, come on, you're kind of, anyway, she's getting rowdy, she don't like it.
And frankly, I think it's a little bit disrespectful to the families in this country who have lost loved ones at the hands of this deadly poison. If you talk to them, and this president has, they are grateful that they finally have a president who is standing up to both Canada and Mexico, and most important.
Oh, but they're still not answering, how is Canada the fucking problem? Just like, hey, well, who made the trade deals? Whose trade deals are we working off of? Like, holy shit. Like, but that's great. I like how she liked it. Hey, those were really asshole questions, and I hope you should feel bad for every person who's ever died of fentanyl. You should take that on because you want me to answer the question, and I'm not willing to. I'm willing to give you facts that, well, suit our narrative by percentage points, you know what I mean? But when you actually tell exactly how much it is, it makes me sound bad.
To China as well, the president added an additional 10% tariff on China.
If it's coming from China, why wouldn't we stop it at its problem? You know what I mean? But hey, she's probably not a dictator neither. Maybe we should ask Don that question. Is she a dictator? Hey, are you willing to stop the problem at the source? Hey, are you willing to do that, Don? Don't fuck around with middlemen. Let's take the source right out. Isn't that what you guys should be doing? But that'd be scary for Don to do. You know what I mean? You guys want to come pick on Canada and think you can take it so financially, and you guys think it's okay. Oh, you're gonna be our 51st state. Like, hey, we're not just the Gulf of Mexico. You know what I mean? It's more than a name over here. You know what I mean?
Because this deadly poison is being produced in that country, it's being distributed through our neighbors, and there needs to be consequences for that, period. Peter.
Thank you, Caroline. If the U.S. has a long-standing policy that we do not negotiate with terrorists, then why is the U.S. now negotiating directly and for the first time ever with Hamas?
Well, when it comes to the negotiations that you're referring to, first of all, the special envoy who's engaged in those negotiations does have the authority to talk to anyone. Israel was consulted on this matter. And look, dialogue and talking to people around the world to do what's in the best interest of the American people is something that...
Why in the best interest of the American people? That's not even their war. I mean, I could see if they... Fuck. Anyways, that was all I was going to do for this video. Just wanted to point out that, hey, you guys are supposed to hate Canada because, well, you're our dumping ground for our fentanyl. Even though, you know, you guys don't have any coming in your port, any of that stuff. Okay, I gotta go.